Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. So we are going to be talking about all of the things that you need to do in this final week leading up to the MoP launch. So we have about 6 days until it's launching Monday night, and it is going to be pretty freaking cool. It's going to be competitive, and there's going to be a lot of people out there going to their shores in the Jade Forest, and it's going to get crazy. So here's a list of things that you want to make sure you have done, ready, and prepared so you can take off with the best advantages possible. So I would highly recommend that if you have a main, you come here to the Darkmoon Faire carousel and you are going to get this buff, and it will last you for 1 hour at max, and it gives you 10% XP gain and reputation gain, which is very important in MoP. Now, I wish there was a way to prolong this or do this a different way. However, you are going to just have an hour of increased XP for an hour, and then it'll be gone because the fair will be closed on launch week. So you have until Saturday at midnight, which is your server time, Saturday midnight at server time, when the fair closes, to get this buff. So I'd recommend just raid logging your character with this buff, the main character you plan on going at it first. Just log off with this buff and have them sit in the throne room of Orgrimmar or Stormwind, so you can have the maximum time to go into the Jade Forest with that 10% XP buff. Now, there is an item called the Darkmoon Faire hat that you can get from the prize boxes, as well as you can buy it with tickets. However, this gives you the same thing, and you could get 20 of them. They are tradable, it seems, but as you can see, there's a line right there that says requires Darkmoon Faire, meaning the fair has to be active for the hat to be used. It's very nice when you're leveling. You can go out and do whatever, and then you can use these hats. However, it does not, I don't think it'll work. You can go ahead and get 20 of these. It does not take that long. You can do your daily Darkmoon Faire test, get the tickets, whatever you need. But I don't want to tell you to get these because I'm not sure. I don't think it'll work because it requires the Darkmoon Faire. However, it could be wrong, and they might just work. So you can't go wrong with having a few of those for the experience. And honestly, more important, the reputation buff will be very nice for you as well. So just log off with the Fair buff and then blast after. So anyway, that is it for DMF, and capping with that, next thing I'm going to talk about is gearing up and making sure you have some very important caps. So I'll see you then. Voop. As far as gearing up goes for making sure your character is ready for MoP, you don't necessarily need all the 397 pieces. These will be replaced by vendor gear at some point. You get 272 up to 408 as you level. That isn't important. Some tier sets are really good and nice to get, but I'm on a monk, so I don't have a tier set. What is very important that you will not replace is getting your weapons. So whether it's a two-handed polearm like this, and your trinkets. So getting the Agi stuff, getting Indomitable Pride. Obviously, I'm a Brewmaster, so I got these two ones. And honestly, I should level this character up and get the Windwalker weapons as well as a Windwalker trinkets as well. So I'm going to be going after that before this week is over. And then most importantly is capping your justice points and honor points, because if you get 4k justice and 4k honor, you can go into Mr. Pandaria and you can buy the in-game pieces, which can get you 2 to 3 pieces of 463 heroic gear the moment you hit 90. So it is super easy to do. It'll take you a few hours with the Twilight dungeons, and there is nothing you can really do with fragments other than buy gear. They took away all the currency exchanges, unfortunately, so you're not going to be able to buy much with those, and it kind of sucks, but yeah, that is what it is at this point. So you could just use that to buy gear, and other than that, there's not much you could do. But those are my gearing tips and advice. Make sure you have 4K, and make sure you have weapons and trinkets, because they will be the hardest to replace, and they have some very unique, overpowered effects that you are going to want for the entirety of your leveling experience. And so do that. And then the next thing I want to talk about is making sure that you have your professions to 500. So as you can see, I have my inscription up to 504, and tailoring on this character is only 495, but we will level that up and get it to where it needs to go. But I've done this on every single character on my account. I'll log off here and show you. Every single one of these characters has 2 professions at 500 ready to go. The only one that it's not true for is Kag Chungus here, who needs to be level 75 in order to hit those thresholds. But the moment he hits 75, the mats are ready to go, and then he will be there. So that is my entire character list, 1 of every class, 285 professions ready to go. And if you haven't checked out my Insane Plan video, definitely check it out, because that is what I'm going to do with all of them, and it is pretty interesting. But most of them are tailoring and scripting, or they have one of the other professions, so I can just make videos and show you how to make the most money with XYZ professions. So I essentially have every single one of them in the game. But anyway, next thing we're going to talk about is prequesting and options you have for that. So I'll see you then. Voop. Alrighty, so the best thing that you can do is actually have 25 prequests ready to go. There are 2 ways to go about this. One of them is a little more sweaty and requires some help, honestly, to make it worth your while. And you would have had to be boosted or not really done these quests while you were leveling. But you go about and get all of the dungeon quests, and instead of turning them in for gold, you turn them in for XP. So an example is having this dungeon quest complete for the Stone Core. Stone Core is super easy to get to. You just go to depot and fly up, so like that's really quick to do. So I could turn this one in there and get a little extra XP. The other one that I think is more likely and better for a lot of people, because that's only going to work if you, 1, have all of them, and 2, have a mage or someone to teleport you around, or a summoning system, and it doesn't really give you that much more XP than just simply coming to Tol Barad, and you do all of the Tol Barad daily quests here. So there is 6 active here at this camp, and then there are 6 active up here in the actual peninsula in the inner circle. So you can get a lot of quests done and then have them sitting there in your log ready to be turned in order to get the most XP. And just, it'll take you like 3-4 minutes to go there, turn them in, cross this bridge, and go turn in the other ones right over here at the prison. So the prison has 12, so that is 18 of your daily quests. So then you can also do the Molten Front quest, which is another place that is really easy to do. In order to do the Molten Front quest, you have to unlock it and have quested in Hyjal and do a little bit there, but then you can get all of the awesome dailies there as well. So there are 2 daily hubs from Cataclysm that you can go to and do these quests in order to get a ton of XP, and honestly, so it's really nice gold to just do them every day if you want to as well. It's just something super easy and chill to do, but not everyone likes doing dailies, especially on classics. So that's my best advice, is make sure you have these quests pre-done, ready to go. And as you can see, here are the 12 quests that you can have every single day. So you do 6 on the peninsula, 12 right here, Hearth back to Orgrimmar, and then you are ready to go straight into the Pandaria, and you'll have like a few bars of extra XP. So it's really nice, really quick, and simple. Then finally, I want you guys to make sure that you have a plan. It is so important that you know how you're going to level and why you're doing that. Sure, you can blitz to 90 doing solo farm dungeon EXP, which I might do a little bit of at launch with my Darkmoon Faire buff, but more importantly is knowing how impactful the reputations are and why honestly doing all the quests in MoP is worth it, because getting those reps to Revered unlocks the buy non account token, and then your alts will get 100% more reps. So you have a lot of opportunities to earn a lot of reputation, and doing all the quests is a great way to get that. Blitzing to 90 and getting flying is also huge. It allows you, it unlocks a lot of stuff also. So whether you're dungeon grinding, whether you're solo questing, whether you're doing, some crazy solo BIS XP per hour thing, it is going to be in your best interest to plan that out, get a little practice with it, go there and make the mistakes now. You can have beta, you can just look up, it is MoP, so we have 10 years ago content that you can look up every single way that people did back then, and obviously with Classic it has improved. And then obviously make sure you have lots of your favorite snacks and drinks so you don't have to get up from your chair, and you can sit there and you can blast to your heart's content and maximize your game time. Obviously that one's a little silly. Don't be crazy. If you're doing 24 hours or something ridiculous, make sure you get up, stretch your legs, be healthy, be smart about it. Don't die playing WoW, because then you're done forever. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. I truly hope this helps you. If you have any questions, anything you'd like to add, anything you think I missed, definitely drop it down below, and I'll do my best to address them. And until next time, I'll see you later. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.
Hey you. Yes you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.